Falling in love with God. Introduction. We are in a time of rapid evolution. Humankind is learning to discern what is real from what is false. Romantic love has long been heralded as a sort of holy grail. Finding that perfect partner who will allow you to live happily ever after has been the dream of many. We worship romantic love. Countless movies and books focus upon this topic, but the book you hold in your hands is a different kind of love story. In writing this book, I was determined to find out what true love is. What are we really looking for when we search for love? Is the void in our hearts really a void that another human can fill? This book is my masterpiece. It required a lot from me. I needed to rely on divine love and not search for human love if I wanted to finish this book. For some time I could do nothing other than meditate upon the divine, breathing light and love into my heart. Coming out of this creative process, surrounding this text, was a metamorphosis. I was like a phoenix rising from the ashes. I was a new creature who was now fueled by divine love. I no longer pined for human affection or attention. My heart was healed and whole. I had transformed, and thus I could come back and complete the journey for charity and for you in these pages. As with all of my books, you may be left guessing what is truth and what is fabricated in this story. I will tell you this. I have meditated at the ancient temples of Aphrodite in the Greek Isles. I have taught globally attended classes on spirituality. I have woken up at 4 a.m. for my spiritual meditation practices. And most importantly, I have fallen in love with God. My wish is that your heart is lit up and melted by the sweetness of the vision put forth in this text, and that you too can learn to rely upon your own source of divine love within you and all around you. May you transform into becoming that love. Sincerely, Rahman Beckwith Saidi. Chapter 1, A New Kind of Romance. They sat in the cafe, 2 weeks of fun, adventure, traveling, learning, and expansion about to come to an end. I just don't know if I want anything serious right now. Tall, dark, and handsome, her new Italian friend sat across from her in a cafe in Spain. They were finishing up a 2-week cruise through Europe. The group had learned positive thinking techniques and spiritual wisdom in seminars while they were at sea. The boat had stopped, allowing them to tour various countries such as Italy, Greece, France, Malta, and Spain. Now they sat together on their last day in Spain, wrapping up loose ends. It was the best 2 weeks of her life. Charity Rose had found more like-minded friends on this trip than she had made in many years prior. It was amazing to be understood and to understand others. The people attending the seminar were so positive, open-minded, kind, and loving. Meeting Raphael was the highlight of it all, an amazing Mediterranean man who was not only handsome, but clearly a soulmate for Charity. We all meet those soulmates with whom we resonate, those who understand us on a deep level. To meet so many from her soul family was a delight for Charity. She had found deep friendships with several of the ladies on the ship, and to find a male companion who exemplified her own loving spirit in himself was unimaginably wonderful. But now he was telling her, despite his clearly strong attraction to her, that he just wanted to have fun and to go his own way. Okay, sure, whatever, that's fine, Charity responded with a fluttering stomach and heart. To be honest, she did not have high hopes for dating in this day and age. Life was fast and people were self-absorbed for the most part. Dating online had never appealed to her, nor was she one to go out to bars. Meeting someone at a seminar was perfect, but the romance that one sees in the movies seemed to be unattainable. In real life, the prince never swooped in to save the day. Where was the happily ever after in which she had been believing? Charity and Raphael said their goodbyes. They had each other's numbers. They would keep in touch. To be honest, she would have preferred to follow this man back that she had just met and elope in Italy. They could get married on a beach, perhaps with a spiritual friend officiating. The sea in the background would crash waves on the shore in approval. The sun would shine down, consecrating their I do's with light. It wasn't that Charity was a wild romantic, ready to marry any new friend with whom she found brief harmony. It was just that the desire for deep love consumed her and had for a long time. And you fall madly in love with God. The lyrics of a popular Christian song came on as she streamed music through her earbuds. By God's grace and unending love, I have found the one that my soul loves. These lines snapped Charity back to herself. She knew that the divine loved her. She had been relying on the love of a man, a mere human, for her happiness. Humans are fickle and cannot be relied upon for such things, she remembered. Besides, being somewhat of a hopeless romantic, Charity was also a professor of religious studies at Columbia University in New York, specializing in mysticism. She had studied the works of various saints of different religions and felt a deep resonance with their experiences. Many of the holy people had reached states of spiritual ecstasy in which they felt deeply in love in their daily lives. Learning from their life stories was a pleasure for her, and she loved teaching her students about the magical lives and experiences of the mystics. The state of love that she perceived in these holy beings was one that she felt we could all attain. Why shouldn't I just be in love with this amazing universe? Charity thought to herself. It would be much more reliable than trying to evoke love from a human who has his own issues. This would be an eternal and reliable love. Okay, I will be in love with the divine, Charity resolved within herself. At least the divine wouldn't tell her that it wasn't ready for a serious relationship.